you have to do a career in fine art because you love it, because you have something to say, not for the money. And it seems like that if you do what you love, if you're doing things that you love, then it will show in your work, and you will sell enough that you can probably get by. But you know, you have to be committed to the art rather than, unless you go into a career-related job, like in advertising or as an art educator or something like that. Because most artists I know have an alternate source of income. They do something else first, and to get the money, and then they do the art as an avocation of some kind. So.
I think by nature, if you're an artist, you're already an entrepreneur. You don't have a choice. Even if you're collaborating with other artists, you're still part entrepreneur. Because I think if you consider yourself an artist at all, you have to have this sense of autonomy. You have to be a very strong individual and have an individual spirit about you. Art, I think the best art has always been art that's been the most sincere and the most truthful from one person's perspective. That's where great artists always come from. So if you're going to tap into that part of you, you're going to have to be an entrepreneur. You're going to have to be really in touch with yourself. You're going to have to manage your life. So yeah, I think every artist is an entrepreneur.
Look, I was a classroom teacher for 25 years. Then I was a district librarian for 10 years. As I got toward retirement, I said, you better find something to do. And I chose art. So I worked on it. I began working a little bit what I could before I retired. And then after retired, I started working at it the old-fashioned way, working at it, really trying to develop some skills. I never have had any talent. And I knew this from pretty early on, because I painted throughout my life, but it was just like one painting a year. I checked to see if I had any talents, if it had shown up, and it never showed up. But I thought perhaps I could work at it and maybe develop some skills, and that's what I did. And that's what I advise anybody that's interested in becoming a painter, is to work at it, to work and continue to work every spare minute, work at it. And if you're talented, it'll help. It will bring out that talent. If you're not talented, you can still develop skills if you work at it. So work's the key, at least like almost anything in life. If you work hard enough at it, you're bound to have some success.
Be prepared to spend long hours. We work here 7 days a week sometimes. We'll take you away from your family and from other things that you like to do. After you've gotten established and are able to finally, after 10 years, we've got a couple of student workers that are helping us do some of the routine things and like taking pictures and doing social media and all of that type of stuff for us. But it's taken us 10 years to get to that point. I would have loved to have started this right out of college, but I didn't have the means to do it. There are some people that have been able to do that, And those are the ones that you see a lot of times that are, uber successful, where retirement, being able to work and save and retire at an early age, okay, make those good financial decisions so you can retire at 60 or 61, and then you've got the time to do that second career that you want to do, and you have the financial security to be more comfortable in the risk taking. It's one of those, you can do it either way. If you have the ability to do it while it's young, it's a lot easier on you and your body. But then once again, you've got to be able to know that you've got to be able in that financial situation to take that risk.